Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this video, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kachodash. Give double honors unto the elders and apostles of great medicine from my apostle to come all the way down. Shalom to 144,000 chosen men. Shalom to elect men, women, and children. Be surely showing grace in these times. It's brother Hanana back out here with a part 2 to video I just did. Chariots are means of salvation. That's part 1. Part 2 is be the chariots is means of destruction, right? Book actually I read Malachi first. The book of Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Yeah, the book of Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. He shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, as I come and smite the earth with a curse. And where's that curse? Book of Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is a curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Because what? Why going over the face of the whole earth? This book 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 1. It came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that had moved all the waves thereof. I beheld, and lo, that a man walked strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that was seen under him. You know that referring to how shall I come back with the heavenly hosts of angels. Book of Jude tell you that. See that he coming to with 10,000s, even thousands of his saints. So like book of Psalms, I don't know if the book of Jude said that. I believe the book of Jude said that, if I'm not mistaken. Whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. So all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. Well, you can see it because it was the biggest chariot. It is the biggest chariot it have. The fathership. From bad down to verse 3. Zechariah 5 and 3. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that sealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said the Lord Abashem of hosts, and shall enter into the house of the thief, into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and shall remain in the midst of his house, shall consume it with timber thereof, and the stones thereof. And what? That referring to the sheer destructive power that these chariots have. Because the chariots come in here to destroy. The chariots will be a part of destruction, because what? 3 things will glorify the Lord. The nukes flying off, his elect being delivered, and what? The chariots beaming up. The elect and destroying everything else. And the chariots so frightful, it even scared the elect. The scriptures say it. They were frightened going up. Let's see. Hold on, Now it's Revelation 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10 parts of the city fell. The reason that earthquake happened is because what the nuclear missiles touched down in Babylon. The 10 parts of the city here referring to Babylon. And in the earthquake was slain of men, 7,000 men. What every man jack that was a part of this destruction here died. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. So what? Chariots beaming them up, them going up and them still shitting themselves. Because what? It's such a frightening sight. Brothers say a lot of brothers even get dreams where they say the dream man was getting taken up into the chariots, and when the tractor beam hit you, some went up, and some people who tractor beam hit, they was like going up just to get zapped down from the chariots. You is that to be free and thinking what you make it and then what zap. In scripture even tell you that too in Habakkuk, the first chapter, I believe, or the third chapter. Once. Yes, Habakkuk, the third chapter, I read verse 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. I'm going to that word horns, right? Horns. So okay, read in translation, but I want to get the definition. Yes, there's age 7161. Quran. Actually, I'm going to show age 7160. Quran, one to shine, 1A to send out rays. 1B to dispel, grow horns, be horn, but what? To send out rays. So what? His brightness was as the light, and he had rays coming out of his hand. What are representing? What? The Lord sending the command from the chariot. So what's up, people? To send what the scripture calls what a pillar of fire, was a cloud, was get that. Pillar fire. Yeah. Exodus 13 and 21. And the Lord Abashimeshai went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by the day, meaning moved the chariot, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people, because what this chariot was keeping the Egyptian camp at bay while the Israelites was passing through. That scripture say that too. Let me get that. I'm going to Exodus 14 and 19. And the angel of the Lord, the angel of power, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their faces and stood behind them. So what the chariot went from in front of them to the back, and came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but they gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other at the night. So what? This was keeping the this was keeping the Israelites and the Egyptians separated when the Israelites were traveling through the midst of the wilderness. So when the Egyptians couldn't put their hands on them. So what it was zapping anybody that come near the Israelite camp. It even on the account here. Sticks. Yeah, Numbers 15 and 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that had gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they that found him gathered And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron, unto all the congregation, and they put him inward, because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without a camp. Salak is not this. Alright.
Well, I can't remember the word and how it used to go, but it would be that if somebody sin a serious sin in Israel in the wilderness, the Lord used to come and strike them down with the chariot. It should be like anytime anybody sin and the Lord used to have to make an example out of them. He used to send the chariots, and the chariots used to strike them men down. I can't remember the word in faith right now. But anyway, what the chariots are the Lord is a means of destruction. Because I to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Chacharash, giving double honors unto your elders and apostles of greatness, soon from your lap was the Taha come all the way down. And shalom to 144,000 chosen men, and shalom to elect men, women, and children. We surely shown grace in these times. This is Hananiah saying shalom.